Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realize Future Blessings, and we're probably at the end of Van Helsing's route, and he is running to chase us down, and pan. Okay. Oh no, we're gonna keep listening to his run. I dart through the streets at top speed. My breath has already grown ragged, and my heart feels like it's slamming against my chest. Yet I urge myself to run faster, will my body to move forward. Hurry. I must hurry. I need to be by her side. Spacey! Could you just imagine him running through the street? Spacey! And everyone else is like, what the fuck is wrong with that dude? Even in my haste, I'm struck by a strange memory. I was running like this not long ago. When was that? Oh, of course. The day she was rid of her poison. Thinking about it plainly, she was always the one pursuing me. No matter how hard I tried to push her away, no matter how hard I tried to stay away, she would not go. And still I tried my utmost to pretend she was not there beside me. I pushed her away because I didn't want to hurt her. I stayed away because I wanted to protect her. But you're important, and that's why I want to stay close to you. This is my decision and nobody else's. I'm more afraid of losing you by letting you go off on your own than I am of dying. That's why I came after you, to stay close to you and tell you how I feel. She was more afraid of losing me than death itself. She was more afraid of living without me by her side than anything else. I love you. I truly love you. She said these things because she loves me. Well, yeah, I mean, it's usually why I tell someone you love them. There can be nobody else on earth as dear and warm, as tender and loving. I don't want to lose her. I will never lose her. Again, just a reminder, Van Helsing is Undertaker. Because every once in a while I'm like listening, and then like I know we don't have his Japanese voice acting in it, but it's just every once in a while it dawns on me, and it's just like, this is the weirdest thing. It's great. I love it. It's so weird. Anyway, it just tells you, like, I know that there are some American voice actors who are really good, but then there's some that are really popular, and you're like, well, yeah, you can tell that's them because their voice sounds exactly the same. I just never would have. Well, no, because like Undertaker sounds so bizarre. It does on purpose, like, you know. Mansion hooves into view. At this time of night, she'll probably be in her room. I'm mere moments away from seeing her. Yet I wonder if there isn't some shortcut, some faster way through the mansion to reach her, like lunge through the window. As unlike me as it is to be so hasty, that's how badly I needed to see her. I need to see her face. I need to hear her voice. Thinking of her, I barely register the fact that I'm pushing myself to run even faster than before. He's gonna pass the fuck out, have a heart attack, and die, and we'll be like, why? What's so important? Now we're Spacey again, I bet. The hour was quiet. I simply laid down in my room. I was doing nothing in particular, but merely stared out the dark window. I wondered how long it had been since Victor left. Van Helsing really does love you. I'm guessing he'll be back presently. Will he? Will he really be back? My mind always turns towards the negative. You can't blame me in the last couple days. Now that I know exactly what was causing my unease, I have to tell him. I have to explain myself properly. And then we'll be back to normal, I think. Fact is, I still don't know if I'll be able to find the right words when I see him. I suppose I should prepare dinner and wait for him to come home. The moment I stand up and decide to do so. What? That sound. Footfalls, hell-bent on speed. I'd heard it just recently. They stopped just outside my door. He must be standing there catching his breath. I imagine him smoothing down his coat, trying to slow the pounding of his heart. And mine starts freaking out because now we're like, oh God, anxious. With a small clack, the door opens. Van Helsing. Even though I've seen him at my door countless times, tonight feels terribly nostalgic. His pissed off, his sad face. His sad face! He's giving us his sad face! He steps silently into the room, facing me. Just there he stops, slightly outside of arm's reach. I do not reach out a hand, of course. Right now there are far more important matters. The only sound was the ticking of a clock. Each tick was a moment that could never be regained. Each talk a second passing. Though very, very brief, those few seconds felt longer than any other time I could remember having lived through. We need to talk. I kept thinking, and yet I was too nervous to speak. He cleared his throat then, as if to speak. I should be the one to speak first. My thoughts are completely scattered, and I cannot decide what to do. I'm worried almost to the point of panic. What should I do? What I have to do right now is... I'm sorry, forgive me. I had to look away as I apologized, but... Huh? I look up again in confusion, and I might as well have been staring into a mirror. Van Helsing looks as befuddled as I feel. I love his shock face. Beautiful fucking eyes. Look at them. God. I know they keep calling them blue, but they are so purpley to me. They're like so much more purple than blue. There's like a blue violet. They're purple. Fucking purple. I'm just gonna call them purple because I like it better. It's maybe the first time I've ever seen him look so ridiculous. It takes us both several moments to take in what just happened, and then... Laughter echoes throughout the bedchamber, our expressions still mirroring each other. Who would have imagined we'd think of exactly the same thing? That's what I was about to say. I never thought for a moment you might come apologizing to me. Van Helsing silently shakes his head. No, I must apologize to you. It may not look it, but I arrived at this conclusion after a lot of thought. Would you hear my apology, Spacey? Would you hear my apology, Spacey? Spacey. Good Lord, I can't talk while we're grinning. He asks with such sincerity, I simply nod. Could it be that he's nervous too? As if to answer my unvoiced question, Van Helsing takes a long, deep breath. I did everything I could for you, to make you happy, to leave a smile on your face. I devoted everything to it. But, in truth, I was doing it for myself, for my own ego. I never even tried to find out what you really wanted. The corners of his eyes shudder a bit. I wonder if this is his expression of regret. It's like he was almost going to cry. That was just him inwardly sobbing hysterically, Spacey, Jesus. I'd just been so happy. I cherished nothing so much as spending regular days together. I thought that if I kept up appearances on my end, you'd be happy too. But I wasn't truly thinking about you. I was forcing my ideals on you, pressing you to accept them. It strikes me that I may be the only person to have ever seen Van Helsing look so ill at ease. Oddly, that makes me happy. I know this is neither the time nor the place for such thoughts, but it came to me unbidden. And he trusts you that much. Spacey, I'm so very sorry. So sorry that I made you feel lonely. I slowly shake my head from side to side. It's the same for me. I breathe a sigh as deep as his and prepare to tell him everything, to leave nothing out, and I look into his eyes. When I said I felt lonely, I didn't get across everything I was feeling. My thoughts, emotions, feelings, I should have been sharing them with you from the very beginning. But is it too late now, I wonder? All I want is your happiness, after all. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I need the one and only man I love to be happy. I need us to be happy together. My love for him surges, unstoppable. Both of us deserve happiness. I come to realize it only as I say it, and I can... Spacey, Jesus Christ. I come to realize it only as I say it, and I can but hope even a fraction of what it means to me comes across. Even if he gets the faintest impression, don't ever think of me before yourself. Let's walk together side by side, see the same things, live the same experiences. I want to be together holding your hand forever and ever. I love you, Van Helsing. Were my words unexpected? I can't help but chuckle at his stunned expression. God, he's so cute when he's shocked. There it is again. The notion I may be the only person who has ever seen the side of him. Sorry, I need to take a drink. I'm really thirsty. I'm sorry if you can hear me swallowing. I'll try to mute my mic when I do. My throat is so dry and like recording a couple of these back to back. Spacey. Pressed safely against the expanse of his broad chest, I see him smile. Of course, his smile prompts one of my own. Spacey, I promise here and now, I will make you happy. Likewise, I promise that I'll be the happiest person alive. Look, he looks it though. Look at his sweet happy face. So does that make me second happiest? No, that won't work. Which means both of us together. Let's be the happiest couple alive. Yes, that's it. Let's be just that. His expression softened then, like a great weight had been lifted from his shoulders. Being happy together, rather simple if you really think about it. Yet so far removed were the both of us from simple human pleasures, a slight misunderstanding almost became a crisis. I really, truly love you so much. Aww. Look, we got a second kiss. This was perfect. Oh, we got a chest kiss too, but this is like a real one. Oh. Our lips meet. This man, so deeply important to me. This man whom I love so dearly, and who loves me in return from the depths of his soul. I hold him so closely, almost as if afraid a fraction of the love in our hearts might slip away if I let him go. Gentler and deeper, we kiss. There's nothing between us but the warmth of our bodies permeating our beings. In some distant part of my mind, I'm amazed such a simple thing can make me so happy. I cannot remember how long we remained with locked lips, only that I was breathless afterward. At length, Van Helsing spoke. Her eyes are too big. Small them up a little bit. Some part of my consciousness always told me I could not, must not be happy. The sins of my past cannot be erased, and I have much yet to atone for. Look at his fucking face. Just look at his face. Look at the eyes. He's just, oh, he's so pretty. But even so, I cannot possibly bring you true happiness if I constantly torture myself with such thoughts. Even though I would do anything to protect you, anything to keep you happy, it would not be possible. And that's why I've decided to be happy too. I daren't let you be the only one. I will be with you from now on, even if you were to refuse me. I will stay beside you. Like, that's my torture. Because from the bottom of my heart, I love you completely. Spacey, let's be happy. Together. The both of us. Happy. Yeah, I mean, hi. Yes. Both of us. Our endless kiss continued. It wasn't endless. Now it can be endless. All we knew until that moment, it's better not, all our lives spent in the absence of happiness would soon be no more, for we will complete each other bit by bit. If they don't give me a goddamn wedding, I'm gonna be really freaking bugged. Because they show. Oh! Okay, wait, there's an after thing. There's an after thing. We know there's an after thing. Because can I just tell you, they show on everything. Like, one of the promo images for this is her in a wedding dress and all of them in their little fancy white suits, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck game? Like, Victor, we didn't quite get the wedding, you know. But anyway. Like this. Hello? Where is that? That didn't happen. Yet, maybe. We'll see. Sorry, I had a drink, but no, I did not miss the fact that his thing comes up and it says, you know, Undertaker, basically. Saw it out of the corner of my eye and I was like, ha! So if I needed more reminding of how amazing that is. Oh, look at that sweet face. Bird, tickle on my neck. Rock and Banana. Rock and Banana Company. It's fucking amazing. Sorry. See again! Oh, well, that's them dancing in the thing. I was like, wait, what's that? That's them dancing. That's an old CG. We already had that one. I do like how they show you CGs from the prior game. And there's probably people watching like, but wait. So beautiful, guys. Okay, here we go. After scene. The game cuts back to the title screen. We get no after scene. No after scene for Van Helsing because the game likes to dick us. Spacey, forgive me. I may have gotten carried away. Two of us, happy together. The notion is still somewhat vague and not completely defined, but it's been a month now since we promised each other. Hey, I mustn't be rude. I must acknowledge him. I consider this as I walk ahead, then turn back to face him. Look at he's like, I did something naughty, but I'm cute. It does make me happy, I admit, but 20 dresses? It's just too much. Until just a moment ago, we had been at the dress shop that arguably sparked our entire misunderstanding. Van Helsing absolutely insisted, so I went along with it, but midway through trying on dresses, it became much more about he and the clerk using me as a living dress-up doll. That's fucking adorable, though! Changing my hair around, putting makeup on me, it was endless. I knew the clerk had only good intentions, so I couldn't resist too much. But we did end up with 20 dresses. I realized that, but they all look so good on you. You're beautiful no matter what you wear, which makes it quite hard to decide. Van Helsing has changed, but his praise remains the same as ever. His words are no longer simply meant to make me happy, but also to express his love. I still get rather bashful, but I also think I'm gradually becoming used to it. You know, my favorite dress is the blue one I wore that first night we danced. I'm sure it's because I associate it with such a precious, precious memory. Hearing you say so makes me glad, but I prefer you not wear that dress in front of other people. Why is that? That night was precious for the both of us, and just us. Who else needs to know about it? Oh, he's like, just wear it for me so we can remember that beautiful night, and then we can reenact it, but this time I can actually touch you now, and we can end the night a little bit differently than just partying and not doing naughty things. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Van Helsing. Get a girl right in the feels. Van Helsing, you're so selfish. I am indeed. Very, very selfish. But look how pretty he is when he's being selfish. After a brief stroll, Van Helsing releases a quick breath as if a thought suddenly struck him. Van Helsing, what is it? Nothing. Just wondering if the fools who've been tailing us ever since we left the mansion are getting tired yet. What? You there. If you've something to say to us, why not say it to our faces? I whirl around and notice figures standing in the shadows of a building. I knew it was gonna be our friends. It's like these fools are following us. It's our friends. Are we gonna get married? Knew you'd be onto us. Hello there, you two. On a date with Spacey. Gah, jealous. They burn at the flames of jealousy. What are you all... You've been on our tail for a while, eh? You make it sound like we're criminals or something. Just watching out for friends. Look at his sly-ass smile. For my part, I strenuously disagreed. But, you're still curious, right? Just how lovey-dovey are they? Oh, if you've been watching all this time, you must have some idea. Van Helsing has no eyeballs! How animated he just fucking get? Like, Impey always gets the giant anime fucking, like, round eyeballs and, like, Victor's glasses go white, but, like, I have never seen Van Helsing get that fucking likeness. I've never seen that. That's amazing. Oh! Victor! Hun! The besotted Four Eyes is making fun of me! Anyway, I'm so glad you two patched things up. Me too. And Victor's like, damn it! Because if you hadn't, I would have stolen her away, and they're all thinking the same damn thing. Oh, I love it. They're all into me. Oh, and Van Helsing... Victor whispers something into Van Helsing's ear. Couldn't hear what he said, but... What? Crying? What did Victor just tell Van Helsing? I haven't told anyone. Just never again, all right? That can't happen. We aren't the ones with her on a day-to-day basis. You are. Did you just tell him I was crying? I know, Victor. I'm grateful to you. Not just me. All of us, right? Very true. His smile was genuine, unaffected. It reminded me so much of his smiles from earlier, I felt warm and fuzzy inside. Something wrong, Spacey. Not at all. It just made me happy to see you smile. That's it, I'm afraid. I see. He nods and grins even wider. It's a soft, natural smile. Now then, the rest of us should be off. We have indeed made the determination he's a besotted Four Eyes. Well, I guess we have. We still have so much to do ourselves. Is that so? You'll be leaving again? Don't worry, Spacey. Yeah, no worries at all. I'm sure we'll be back soon enough. And when we are, we gotta make sure Saint Gigi's back from France. Be sure to leave forwarding addresses before you leave. I'll need to know where to send invitations. Invitations to what? All four of them seems to know something I don't. Getting married? Are we gonna get married? Please? I flash Van Helsing a worried glance, but he merely smiles and pats my head. You all helped so much. I haven't the confidence to convey it all in words, but again, thank you. I'm so grateful to you all. As he said this, he extended his hand. If words fail, maybe we should hug. A nice, passionate, manly embrace. Oh my god, Lupin has read my fanfiction. Okay, I don't really have a fanfiction, but I've been saying this for how many episodes? Like, bro hug, oh my god, bromance, I want them to hug. Oh my god, Lupin, it's like you just, oh god, yes. Please, God, I need this. I think handshakes are more Van Helsing style. No, I want to see a goddamn Lupin and Van Helsing man hug. You shut up, Impey. That's fine. We're all friends. Come with me. Big fucking bro. Oh, you know what? If it's a group man hug, I'm okay with this. Saint Germain has to be there. I want to shake hands with everyone too. And so I do. Each person in turn. No, I would hug them all. We're to separate again, and once again, I know it will be only temporary. I'm positive we'll find excuses to meet up, talk, exchange stories, laugh, and smile together in the future. But we all have our own paths through life. The directions we head may be different, but we will meet again. I believe it. That better not be the motherfucking end. And finally, the place Van Helsing brings me. It's so pretty! Oh my! This is incredible! I had no idea anything could be this beautiful in the city. It's a park that was just built recently. Apparently ample greenery aids gentrification. I see. I think I like this place. Huh. And I'm glad I brought you here. Sound of those bells does travel. In the distance, church bells peal. Two people I've never met must have exchanged vows. It's then I recall that day. The day I stumbled upon the church, the ringing bells making me feel uneasy. Is sharing a happy life together truly the right thing for us to do? At the time, I didn't yet know the answer. Now it doesn't bother me in the slightest. The man standing beside me is someone I truly love, as he himself said from the bottom of my heart. Okay, we're not going to do this sharing vows without the goddamn wedding attire, are we? We need a goddamn real motherfucking wedding. I think it's just because they show it. Like, the Future Blessings fucking limited edition Vita cover had that picture. That picture's all over. Why are you dicking us? Like, look at all of them in their wedding attire. Isn't that cute? Oh, but you don't get that till the third game. And technically, it's not even in the same universe as this. I mean, it is, but it's after the path you go down with Finis, so it's kind of like a spin-off to the story. So, like, this is a continuation of what happened in the first game. Then we do Finis' story, which is a whole separate path. And then the stuff that happens in whatever they're calling it, if they're going to Wintertide Miracles or whatever. It's Silver Miracles in Japanese, but whatever. That's a spin-off of the Finis story that's in this. So those endings where you actually maybe get... It's not the same as this path. It's a total other branch to this path. So it's not... So come on! I don't see why we can't do this twice. I'm more than happy to fall in love with them twice. We could have just fucking fallen in love with them all over again. We could have gone into Victor's path and been like, Victor's not the right person for me, and run off with Lupin. And we could have, in Van Helsing's path, run off with Victor. And then in Impey's path, run off with Van Helsing. I mean, they could have just totally we could have swapped partners, and I would have been like, I'm okay with this, as long as we end up with them all again. It would suck. Actually, I could not have done that. I'd be like, no, I hurt their feelings. I can't. Anyway. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. just considering doing something that isn't very me again. Are you going to get down on one knee and propose? Van Helsing? He comes closer and takes off my hat, stroking my cheek only once. A small gesture, but more than enough to bring a smile to my face. Oh, Bird, you're going to have to move because I need to stretch my neck, and you're right in my... I'm sorry, buddy. But whatever was he talking about? Something that wasn't him. Say, Van Helsing, did you... Oh, God. Is that happening? Oh, no, he's picking us up, and that's... Oh, my God, it's so cute. Look, this is the first time we ever look super, super, super cute without having crazy big eyes. I like it this way. Before I can finish my question, Van Helsing lifts me up in an expansive embrace. I've never seen him from this angle before. I'm so used to craning my head to look up at his face, but now I look down. His strong, powerful arms grip me firmly, but the smile on his face is kind and soft. It's the sweetest smile he's ever shown me. Oh my God, fucking propose to me, goddammit. This is so ridiculously cute. Hey, Spacey. There's been something I've been meaning to ask you, and today's the day. Would you hear me? Yes? She's like, yes. I mean yes. I know what you're going to ask, and the answer is yes. Never once has it occurred to me not to listen to you, Van Helsing. He smiles at this and takes a deep breath. Then, I imagined he summoned up all his love. I imagine he reflected on his deepest feelings in that moment. Marry me. Yes. He said the words that will bring us happiness everlasting. Let's be regular human beings. A normal family sharing unremarkable everyday joy. That's what I want to share with you. Fucking yes. We may quarrel from time to time. We may not always see eye to eye. Be that as it may, I want to be by your side. Forever and ever. I want to be by your side. For you are most beloved to me in this life. Sorry. You're the woman I love, Spacey. A warm, gentle breeze causes the flowers all about us to dance. A single petal lands on my face and it doesn't dissolve. To the contrary, it serves to brush away a single tear that flows down my cheek. I want to be at your side too. So, I trust you'll honor that wish, dear husband. Husband, eh? Already. You're liable to make me blush. Far, far away, the church bells toll out their message of blessing. They do not ring for us today, but soon they will. For now, they ring out future blessings. I know I want to get this little proposal thing in the fake marriage, but they don't give the real wedding thing, and they kind of, I feel dicked over the whole entire game because they show the wedding things and you think you're going to get the wedding pictures, but the wedding things doesn't happen until the third game, and it's like, that's not fair! Van Helsing and I begin to walk again, hand in hand. Together we walk towards the future, a bright, radiant future that waits for us, and us alone. We already married, Lupus, so that doesn't count. Oh. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love this game. It's such a cock tease. It really is. Because they show that. Here's the cover for Future Blessings, right? Here's like the thing. And it's them and the wedding attire. And you're like, oh, but they never get married. And I mean, yes, okay, so technically Victor was like, so I'm going to say my vows to you, but it wasn't legal. Okay, it was no more legal than what just happened, okay? Oh, man. I just feel like it's such a kick in the face because you, like, pimp this, like, We gotta go into new game. Yes. Because now we're only halfway through this part, so we're gonna start. Sorry, I just had to chug like a gallon of water. My God, I'm so thirsty. We gotta continue. We're gonna start an Impey's path now. Right, because we did Saint Germain, then we did, yes. Begin the story. Yes! After Van Helsing's beautiful path, now we go down Impey's craziness. Okay. I want to go to the moon. A grand jewel shining in the night sky. People the world over gaze up at it in wonder, moved by its dazzling light. I still love this! I still love baby Impey. It's so fucking cute. Look at him. When I was still just a little nipper, me and the old man chased that dream. It was non-stop trial and error. We launched more tests than I can remember. We never stopped experimenting, knowing we'd make it to the moon someday. The old man passed on before our work was even half complete, but the ideals we pursued all those years ago remain as vibrant as ever. Sorry. That's right. I'm still chasing the dream me and the old man concocted so long ago. Only now I'm with my precious princess, every bit as essential to me as the dream. Most importantly, a man who will one day land on the moon, Impey Barbicane. Ready, willing, and available. Nice to meet you. Unfortunately, the last bit fell on deaf ears. But she didn't poke fun at the eccentric weirdo in his loony introduction. Only in the back of my mind. You know, to this day, I find that to be pretty darn incredible. When you go around telling people you're headed for the moon, most of them laugh. I'm pretty sure that's why I started falling for her the very first day we met. I remember exactly when my infatuation turned into something more serious. Really? Did it ever get serious? I'm just saying. Because I was... Oh, that's her. Because I was never alive. There were tears in her eyes when she said that, right after we escaped the Nautilus. I mean, this really was a pretty CG. I'm not human, she said. A cursed monster created by the hand of man. Devoid of life. Nothing more than a doll. But never for a second did I think of her a cursed monster. Not even close. I mean, really, just think about it. To think I ever met her to that day. Oh, to think I ever met her that today I can... To think I ever met her that today I can hold her in my arms. That simple fact we found each other ain't a curse. It's a miracle. It's the most crazy happy thing that ever happened to me. Aww. That is kind of cute. God damn it, Impey. I don't want to think of you as anything but a creepy weird. Actually, you know what, though? In all of these ones, like, he's been a little like, oh, I can't believe you took my princess away from me. But he hasn't been really inappropriate. He's actually been somewhat decent in the paths and hasn't been, like, really lewd and creepy. I know. His path was actually pretty nice, but still. Impey's Impey. Science doesn't exist to harm people. It's meant to put smiles on their faces. So by that logic, a triumph of science like Spacey should be wearing the biggest, brightest smile you've ever seen, right? I will make it to the moon one day, propelled by that smile of hers. So hey, old man, wait for me on the surface of the moon, yeah? I'll introduce you to the most stunning beauty you've ever laid eyes on. My wife. If we fucking marry Impey and we don't get to fucking marry Van Helsing, I'm gonna be literally fucking pissed. Pissed, game. So pissed. So pissed. So mad. Because technically, Victor and I exchanged our vows. It's not legal, but it's something. I mean, I know Van Helsing just asked us to marry him, but I'm not even going to get to see the motherfucking wedding. I got to wear a wedding dress in that path, but like... Ugh! Game just really wants to dick you with Van Helsing. Why does it make it so hard? Wait, Cece, don't dash on ahead of me. You'll just tire yourself out scampering around like that. Let's have a nice leisurely walk, all right? Good boy. Cece sidles up to my feet, and I give him a good-natured rub on the back. The sun hangs high above my head, drenching London in the light of morning. Cece and I stroll through Midtown without a care in the world. Midtown, a block in London where mainly the middle class live. It's a convenient place of residence with better public safety and sanitation than Lower Town. Lower Town. It looks like things around here are getting more or less back to normal. To think that so much of this was rubble not 6 months ago. The assault on the city by the battleship Nautilus brought London within a hair's breadth of total devastation. Nautilus, a battleship of unprecedented size constructed by Nemo. Only by using a certain device is it possible to support its overwhelming weight. The bombs that fell on Midtown that awful day destroyed countless buildings. Yet just 1 year after the attack, reconstruction had advanced apace. The rubble and debris had been cleared, and new buildings had begun to rise. At last, the citizenry is smiling again. The devastating scars inflicted on London are gradually fading. Spacey's bark pulls me out of my reminiscence and back to reality. He looks up at me expectantly, as if wanting to tell me something. What is it, Cece? He looks mad. Oh-ho! Someone, oh-ho. Oh-ho. Yes, of course. That you should be singled out by this guard dog amongst all the other passers-by. You exude the manner of a thief, Lupin. Oh, come off it. It's patently obvious this dog is barking at you. Lupin and Sholmes. Sholmes. Sholmes? Why does it have an accent mark on Sholmes? A mild-mannered young man and self-proclaimed simple detective who was nevertheless exceptional in his sleuthing to the degree that even Lupin is left speechless with admiration. Bromance! Best friends! Yo, how farest thou, ma belle princess? Ma belle princess? I can't say that French style. I can't with his voice. Yeah, I can't. I don't know why. I can't say ma belle princess. I can't say it. I can't do it. I can't. I'm going to say it Japanese, but more beautiful than the sweetest bloom. It's been some time, Miss Spacey. It pleases me to see you well. I haven't seen either of them since last month. It had been the day Impey and I launched our first rocket, our first mutual step towards the moon. Impey Barbicane. After. A genius engineer who stopped science from going haywire along with his beloved. Even after the Nautilus incident, he continues his research to get to the moon. The moon, an astronomical object that shines brightly in the night sky, and a satellite that revolves around the Earth. It is Impey's childhood dream to reach the moon. I like how they tell you what the moon is, in case you weren't sure, in case you aren't from Earth, and you do not know what humans talk about when they are talking of the moon. I was still the moon. So I remember quite clearly, almost 1 month to the day. The gentlemanly odd pair bow elegantly as if commemorating the reunion. Honestly, Lupin, I must question the decency of flirting brazenly with a woman who is all but betrothed. This is just a greeting. It's not as if I'm coming on to her for real. Because if I was, she would run away with me. I mean, give me a fucking break. Please, Impey's touched her. She's probably crazy. I'm just kidding. Flirting just for the thrill of it? My, you certainly are a rogue. Yes, I get it. I'm going to punch you now. I've gradually become used to this, but part of me still finds it bizarre to see Lupin and Sholmes behaving amicably. Sholmes teasing Lupin and Lupin snapping back. That part hasn't changed since all of us first met more than a year ago. But now their exchanges feel less like arch enemies and more like brotherly squabbling. Oh my cuteness. The brothermance. Even though they couldn't be more different. Huh? You say something? Not a word. I shake my head no a little too hastily and cover with a question. I did hear the two of you have been working together recently. Are you working today? Coming back from somewhere, maybe? Indeed. There have been just a few developments regarding Twilight. We just popped into the Yard. Scotland Yard, a police organization that fights crime day and night to ensure the safety of London. In critical matters, they work together with soldiers from the army. Not exactly a place that makes me feel at ease. Lupin shrugs, looking serious. I imagine the events within the Nautilus are still fairly fresh in your mind. They are. How could I ever forget? Nautilus, the gigantic floating battleship. Born from the twisted mind of the brilliant Nemo and brought down by Impey right into the Thames. Nemo, past. He was once part of an imperial family of a certain country, but after witnessing the brute force of science, he began to get completely absorbed in, perhaps even possessed by, the subject. He ventured out to find a place to call his own, with the power of science that trampled his homeland in the palm of his hand. The River Thames, one of the United Kingdom's most famed rivers, it flows through the heart of London. It runs all the way to the sea and played a crucial role in London's development. Even a year on, the issue of pulling the Nautilus out of the river remains a massive civil engineering problem. Half of the giant wreck is still beneath the waterline. It's even become a tourist attraction of sorts, or perhaps a monument. That freak of a scientist had no sense for money. I still wondered where he found the funds to build that behemoth. As it turns out, Twilight was behind that little problem. You mean Twilight had been funding Nemo all along? Correct, though a shell financial group. Oh, through a shell financial group. Lupin and I followed the money trail, and we discovered that Twilight's base lie beneath St. Paul's Cathedral. But alas, St. Paul's Cathedral, one of London's largest religious structures, it is supposedly closed off to the general public due to the accident from the London reconstruction. But alas, we were more than fashionably late. By the time we got there, it was a total mess. Didn't you hear about it? Last week, St. Paul's collapsed in on itself. Yes, I read about it in the news. The cathedral collapsed in the middle of the night. There was quite a to-do. That's what the broadsheet said, at least. Some of them speculated it was simply the age of the structure. Others opined it was some sort of terrorist attack. It was Twilight covering its fucking ass. None of the newspapers could seem to agree with each other. Hold on. Are you suggesting Twilight blew up their own headquarters to hide evidence? Ding ding! I wonder about that. The possibility they destroyed it of their own accord couldn't be ruled out, but Twilight soldiers were discovered dead in the rubble, and they appeared to have been cut down with edged weapons. Bombing out an entire cathedral, I have to say it seems a tad too brazen for an organization that operated in the shadows. If Sholmes is right, who would benefit from eradicating Twilight's headquarters? Oh my god, Saint Germain, what the fuck did you do? It was him or Guinevere. It might have been both of them. Edged weapons. He's got knives. She's like, I have an idea. No, I don't know any ideas. I've never heard of such a word. I don't have any thoughts on the matter. I don't have any knowledge. What's wrong with the word idea? What? I have no idea what that... I mean, oh, shit, I said it. Ah! Cover my ass. The affair may have tied up loose ends as far as Twilight is concerned, but I can't help feeling uneasy about it. Lupin picks up the thread, speaking through gritted teeth. Perhaps he has the same misgivings I do. In any case, I'll follow up with my sources, but this is probably the end of Twilight. I do regret the fact that we didn't bring the organization down ourselves, though. What's this? Surely you don't think this is the end, dear Lupin. Our agreement was that you lend me your skills in exchange for my assistance with the Twilight investigation, no? Did I say that? Huh, you didn't come cheap. I shall work you like a pack horse, sir. Yeah, got it. It's not like I have much on my plate anymore. Lupin says this with another shrug, and Sholmes laughs like he's used to it. I know Lupin would never dare admit it, but I have a feeling these two will make a great team. By the by, Miss Spacey. Yes? It's been some time since we last spoke. I should like to ask after your well-being. Oh, Sholmes, you're so sweet. Oh, that's right. Impey hasn't done anything untoward, I hope. If you have need of a thorough background check, I wouldn't be averse to offering my investigative expertise. Thanks, but I'm fine. Impey's never less than kind, right, Cece? It's true. The poison that courses through my body hasn't completely disappeared, but I can say one thing with pride. I'm truly, truly happy now. We continue to chat about this and that, asking after one another. When the afternoon sun reaches its zenith, I take my leave, walking home with Cece. After a relaxing walk amongst stately shady trees, a magnificent residence comes into view. It's the mansion of Count Saint Germain, where Lupin and his gang spent so much time with us. Van Helsing and Deli, Victor, Saint Germain, and Lupin. Though we lived communally before, all have moved on, following their own paths. Even so, this place remains one of great importance to us, full of wonderful memories. Impey and I have been transferred ownership of the property, and we watch over it so that our friends may return at any time. In any case, I have no plans to return to my house in Wales at the moment. This is my home now. Our home. The most precious person in the world to me waits inside. Impey, I'm home! The moment I step through the doors, my appetite is stirred by delicious aromas that waft through the house. That's the only benefit! We get really delicious food with Impey. Cece immediately breaks into a trot, and I follow him into the dining room, where I find Impey humming to himself as he lines dishes up on the table. Welcome home, my honey. Whoa! Sorry, give me just a minute here. Mr. Impey's scrumptious special lunch made with oodles and oodles of love is just about ready. I mean, who doesn't want to be welcomed home like that? I can't begrudge him this. It's like, I know, oodles and oodles of love. I love oodles. Oodles and oodles is even better. And when it's oodles and oodles of love, who doesn't love that? Naturally, this makes me look at what's on the table. Perfectly crisp toast layered with melted cheese, grilled cheese sandwiches. Tomato soup that looks as if it could warm the soul, yes. Salad brimming with garden fresh coloration. And is that supposed to be us? I couldn't take my eyes off the pair of steaming cups. Lines of milk have been layered on the surface of fragrant espresso, forming images that look just like our faces. Yup. They call it latte art. A top shelf chef has to know how to entertain not only with flavor, but presentation, you know? It's amazing. I always knew you were a genius when it comes to cooking, Impey. You forgot to say when it comes to cooking, too. Well, I suppose it's given that I'm a genius engineer. But don't forget, I'm a top-shelf Casanova, too. Your latte art face is getting all melty, but only yours. No! My precious Lothario latte is fast becoming a loathsome latte. I'm a serious love, Casanova, too. Your face is melting. I mean, like, he's trying to be all sexy, and she's like, yeah, your thing's melted. Like, she still doesn't take any of his shit. She's still like, yeah, whatever. Shut up. Whatever. Okay. I'm a Casanova. You can't even touch me, for God's sakes. You know, you're going to hype this up. I'm going to lose the poison. We're going to go do it. And I'm going to be like, seriously, that's what you were hyping up this whole time? Man, you should have simmered it down just a little. Don't make my expectations so high when you can barely get there. No, but seriously, like, grilled cheese and tomato soup, that sounds fucking delicious. Although the espresso with it just seems weird. Can we do that after? Because I just don't think I want to drink espresso with my lunch. Sorry. I purposely neglect to mention his art would have been destroyed when we drank it. But being very particular about such things, Impey starts pouring in condensed milk in an attempt to repair it. Whew, there we go. Right, once again. Oh, goddamn nutbird. No, Jesus, asshole. That's not for you. I have my freaking cup of iced tea sitting there, and he's like, I want some, so he lands on it. But it's a plastic cup, and it's not full, so when he goes to fly away, because he's not supposed to be on it, he's going to knock it over and spill it everywhere. So don't be an asshole. Oh, what a dick. Bird's a dick. Anyway. Phew, there we go. Right once again. Welcome home, my honey. Yes, Impey, I'm home. As we smile at one another, I notice there are dark circles under his eyes. Impey, were you up all night working again? Again working, sorry. I suppose he's used to the question by now. It doesn't seem to concern him much, and he doesn't offer an excuse. He simply laughs it off, telling me not to worry. We had a major development in research yesterday. Sleeping would have been a waste of time. Research meaning... Do you mean the project you're working on with Victor? Though never stopping work on his ship to the moon, Impey had been doing some other sort of research lately. I remember that day. 2 moons appeared in the night sky, and from the very next morning he'd been working non-stop. He told me that understanding it was somehow essential to reach the moon, but I don't know what they're actually doing except that it's a top priority issue. Oh, it's the poison research. Because wasn't he helping Victor in Van Helsing's Path 2? Well, they were working together on stuff, so. But of course, both Impey and Victor are very busy with many other things to consider. That's why they formed a duo, meeting up for discussion, exchanging notes and letters. Their passion was obvious since they poured any free time they could scrounge up into the work. I know going to the moon is important, but I worry about your health, Impey. You'll make yourself sick if you push too hard, and I know you'd regret that. As I tell Impey the honest truth, he seems on the verge of tearing up with emotion. Ugh, thank you. I can't believe what a wonderful wife I have. I'm so happy I could just keel over. Wife? I mean, you'd better not die. Even I'd get mad at that. Ah, a reaction so precious, so darling. Your smile alone gives me the strength of 100 men. Right then, before we tuck in, kiss for my lovely. Pucker up. Ah! Here goes the little... fucking love this music. I love it. It's like anytime happy shenanigans are happening, but it's just so like, I feel like we should be like running, running all over the place, like slapstick comedy. I can't. It's fucking great. I love it. No, Spacey, you mustn't bite. No, don't drag him. If you get his work clothes dirty, I'll just have to wash them again. Spacey, forget the clothes. Worry about me. Me. Snot bubble coming out of his desk. Never paid attention to that before. Some 5 minutes later, Spacey strides out of the dining room with his head held high, looking pleased with the job well done. All that remains of the sad scene is Impey, spasming on the floor with bite marks all over his skin. Are you all right, Impey? I'm good. Mr. Impey prides himself on a Brazilian body. He hops up as if to prove this, then shakes his head and lets out a sigh. Goodness gracious, why must Spacey always leap on me when I'm about to declare my love for you? Impey wears a smile that hasn't changed since the day we met. His bright demeanor, his vitality, just being together still makes me smile too. I mean, he is adorable, if not a little creepy. I mean, if he toned it down a little, probably wouldn't be so bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just the over enthusiasm is like a boner killer for me. It's a lady boner killer, I'm just saying. A full year may have passed, but he's the same Impey. You haven't changed a bit since we first met. What? Is that a backhanded way of saying I haven't improved, or... No, I'm not saying that. Think back to when we met, and then when you learned the truth about me. You didn't think less of me or fear me. Your attitude was always the same as always. You still dream of the moon even after our friends' creations were used for evil, and you saw how dangerous science can be. You're still you, and I think you always will be. I think I've come to love that about you. What's wrong? Your face has gone all red. It's unexpected? I never thought someone would be so straight with me. I love you. Take me, I'm yours. I mean, you tell a guy something like that, he's gonna blush. This is so embarrassing. I'm fairly certain I didn't say that. Is this just how a genius engineer's brain works? I try to laugh it off, but Impey turns to look me in the eye. Oh, but Spacey, what you just said makes me very happy. But you're mistaken about one thing. Mistaken? Yeah, my attitude towards you, it's not the same as it was before. What I mean is, I love you so much more than when we first met. It was my turn to blush. I can tell when Impey's just fooling about, but now he gazes into my eyes with a deep fondness, and I can see he only has eyes for me. Suddenly I feel hot and flustered, and my words catch in my throat. Now that he's put a voice to the thought, I realize I've changed as well. Whenever Impey expressed affection before, I was able to laugh and wave it off. He's the same man saying the same things, so why is my heart beating so fast? I do too. That is, I care for you so much more than when we met. Because, like, when we met, I was like, you're fucking weird, and now I'm like, I kind of love you. Spacey. Impey wraps his arm around my back. He's soft and gentle, as if handling something fragile. Slowly he brings his face closer, close enough to notice the pink spots high in his cheeks. But... Impey, you can't! Our bangs are touching by the time I push him back by the shoulder and lower my face. We can't. I keep my eyes on the floor and concentrate on keeping my trembling, hungry lips pressed together. Aw. I remember how I felt that day, the words he spoke that day. I remember every detail. Right then, no more words. I could almost feel his soft, smiling lips, the warmth I felt from him, the sensation when our lips came together. It was a sweet feeling, yet somehow mad. I felt almost paralyzed. That we were able to share that kiss was a single, one-time miracle. The poison of the horologium remains in my body, ever-present proof of my curse. So, we can't. I'm sorry, Impey. You don't have to apologize. He regards me sweetly, taking my gloved hand in his. Come closer, Spacey. That's so cute! Okay, I'm not gonna that's cute. That's fucking adorably cute. I like that. Time stopped in that moment. Before my mind had half a chance to make sense of what was happening, a tiny sigh of surprise escapes my throat. His beautiful face is so close, and I can even feel faint warmth through my glove, but that's so cute that he's basically just like, Just getting just within a finger. It's like, I'm just gonna, there's just a, my finger is just what, the only thing stopping. It's just fucking adorable. The feel of his lips against the finger that separates us is maddening. This is as far as we can go for now. It'll be alright. Trust me. I'll fix this, I promise. Impey's smile is kind and genuine. How can he be so calm at this distance, centimeters away from brushing against my toxic skin? My beloved, smiling so close. Being unable to touch him is crushingly difficult and painful. I don't know how long I can wait. Same here. The truth is, I want to do more. So much more. Oh! Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, okay. I was waiting for it. I was like, I read the first part and I was like, yeah, okay, Impey. And then I saw the end sentence and I was like, all right, that makes more sense. Touch your cheek with my bare hand, press my lips to yours, and all that comes after. Yeah, we knew it. Impey can't keep his hands to himself. It's terribly, terribly frustrating, but bear with me for now. Impey, he bites down on my finger ever so gently and slowly backs away. That's actually really kind of sexy. Just gonna be like, and then back away. He just bit me. It's kind of hot. Not gonna lie. Okay, so Impey knows the right things to say and do, even though he's kind of pervy. It's really confusing in my mind, but the mere notion that our lips were that close and now separate brings about a profound sadness. I know, at least, that our hearts are connected. The lingering sweetness of his presence tells me as much. But just as I'm about to turn away... Hey, hold on. I couldn't imagine why, but Impey seems to be reconsidering something. He reaches out and pulls me close again. Impey, just a single second. Huh? A kiss that lasts a second could work. No, will work. You know, I'm a miracle brought about by their love. Something like that. This isn't even close to level-headed reasoning for Impey, and yet he brings his face close to mine once again. It's just too dangerous, Impey. Try to calm down. Think rationally. I am so rational. And real-world experiments are the cornerstones of science. Long story short, let's kiss. What did he even mean by bear with me just a moment ago? What the... Impey notices something behind me and cranes his neck to see what it is. Propped up in the corner of the room... That thing over there is a gun, right? Why do we have a gun? Oh, that? Van Helsing left it here the last time he came by. If Impey attacks you, don't hesitate, aim for the heart, he said. Now that's dangerous. Wait! What did Mr. Shotgun 4-Eye say? Oh, also, Victor gave me some powerful tranquilizers there as a paralyzing agent. Victor, too? What happened to the secret bond between research partners? Saint Germain built an emergency exit in my room, and Lupin gave me the address of his last-ditch hideout. I'm sorry. I fucking love this. Why do we have a gun? Van Helsing gave that to me so I could shoot you. And Victor gave me tranquilizers in case you get too handsy. Saint Germain built me an escape route in my room in case you lock me in there and need to run away. And Lupin told me where a place I could hide. They basically are all trying to protect me from you. Oh god, I love our boys so much. Oh, Spacey's gonna literally fall over Melody Ball because that's like the goddamn best. This is kind of why I like Impey's route, because they're all like, are you sure you're in love with him? Like, have you taken the... Are you been smoking the wacky tobacco? Are you on the last train to Crazyville? Do we need to come rescue you and put you in a nice little jacket where you can hug yourself all day and put you in a padded room, sweetie? Like, what the fuck is wrong? Have you been drinking the Kool-Aid? The Spacey, come back to us! I love it. Frankly, I am shocked at their lack of trust. Hey, Spacey, you trust me, don't you? Maybe if you didn't try to kiss me just now. My affection status dropping before mine own eyes. Seeing Impey burst into tears, I can't help but let out an embarrassed laugh. He is a character, like a cartoon fucking character. The awful, tight feeling in my chest and terrible sense of sadness seemed to have vanished for the moment, too. I suppose his reaction was classic vintage Impey, but now that I think about it, this may have been for the best. I don't know whether or not he does this consciously, but whenever I'm weighed down by sadness, my heart full of grief, Impey is always there to make me feel better. Somehow he soothes my aching heart because he's a goddamn card. Which, of course, is precisely why I fell in love with him. Oh my god, perfect place to end. Great, we're just hitting close to an hour, so I'm going to save here, and when we come back in the next part, we'll continue down Impey's path and see what happens. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.